My nest egg is dwindling. Can I retire? All right, so my man Dave writes in here, and Dave, I'm going to chastise you a little bit, my friend. So just, I hope you got thick skin because this is. I'm glad you emailed, but I'm going to chastise you some because I'm reading your email like. All right, so let's read. This isn't. This is a. This is out of love, man. This is out of love. It hurts me more than it hurts you. Let's just put that way. All right, I'm one of those folks who drive an hour each way to a crappy old job, and I'm done with it. Was planning to pull the trigger in April, have 600,000 in my 401k, and I was going to postpone Social Security for a year. At that time, I'll be at my full retirement age. We'll assume that's 66. All right, and I'll be able to draw $2,400 a month. In the last several months, I've watched my 401k drop by more than what I earned in the last 1.5 years. That doesn't make sense to me. Anyway, he's depressed. Depressing to say the least. I've been chomping at the bit to leave the job behind and finally enjoy the fruits of my labor, but I just see those hopes dwindling. Now I'm considering staying in my crap little job for a couple more years. Again, kicking myself for doing the right thing and trying to hang in there and get my butt handed to me financially. On top of this, the idea that the slide has just begun and I should get out of the market before any real serious damage take place. At the end of my rope with all this, any advice would be deeply appreciated. All right, so nothing but how much he needs. How much do they need? Nothing. Don't email me. I mean, literally, don't. I'm not going to engage in a dialogue here. Hold on a second. But nothing but how much you need. So is $2,400 a month from Social Security enough? I don't know. But he's over 65. If he's next year is his full retirement age, so he knows he's on Medicare. Nothing how much he needs at all. All right, so let's just say his Social Security is reduced by 7%. We'll just say. So $2,400 minus 7% because he takes it early. They'll pay him $2,232. Is that extra 100 and was that $60? Is that really going to make or break you? I mean, $160 over a course of 12 months. That's what is that? 1,800? No, it's about $2,000. Is that going to make or break you, man? Seems weird to me. All right. On top of that, let's just say he has $600,000 in his 401k. He's lost more money in the last couple of months than he gained in the previous 18. The previous. So he's obviously got to be in bonds, I think. So let's take a gander, shall we? Hold on a second. All right, so we're going to look at the, am I recording? No. All right, okay, good. So we're going to look at the, we're just going to look at the bond, the total bond market fund from Vanguard. And we're going to go back 2020 to 2022. And we're going to see that in 2020, what was this guy up in 2021? What did I not do? Oh, there we go. Click on there we go. So analyze, there we go. Analyze portfolios. There we go. All right. So let's see here. Because frankly, we got right here, blue. All right. So there we go. So in 2021, it was down 1.77%. This year is down 2.1%. All right, so I don't understand but before that it was up 7.61. So I'm not following this email that says he's lost in the last couple of months more than his last 18 months of earnings. Let's see. I've watched my 401k drop. In the last several months, I've watched my 401k drop by more than I've earned in the last 1.5 years. I don't understand that, man. So that tells me he didn't lose anything in 2021. He actually made money. So this right here tells me he doesn't know what he's talking about. I don't know else what it could possibly be, unless maybe he had Bitcoin. I don't know. If he has Bitcoin, then I don't know what to tell you. But in fact, did Bitcoin have a big rally today? I don't pay much mind. Every now and again, I'll just see what the broad markets are doing. But I did see, yeah, look at that. So the markets were up 2.25 this today for the S&P 500. We'll take it. 10-year Treasury is still below 2. I think that's pretty interesting. What did Bitcoin do today? Bitcoin was up to 39,000, so up 2%. What did Harry Chu's Tesla do today? Because they're so cheap, they're giving away the shares, up 1.14%. All right. Anyway, B doesn't make. It doesn't make sense to me. And what does make sense to me, that tells me he doesn't know what he's talking about. It doesn't mean he's bad or lying. It just means he hasn't paid any attention the way he needs to be paying attention. He's looking for, I hate to say it, but he's coming across whiny. You know what I'm saying? And again, I told you I was going to chastise you. You just come across whiny. You're like you're too scared to pull the plug. And you probably shouldn't then. I mean, I'm not here to tell you to do what you don't want to do, but I'm sorry, man. You lost more money in the last couple of weeks. What do you say? The last couple of weeks and the last 1.5 months together, 1.5 years together. That doesn't make any sense. I mean, just look at this. Look at that. We'll look at the Wellington Fund, for instance. Here's Wellington Fund. Right there is up 19% last year. This year is down 3%. There's no way you lost more money in the last couple of weeks or last couple of months than you've earned in the last year and a half. There just is no way. Bond fund, stock fund, predominantly stock fund, predominantly bond fund. There's just no way, man. So I don't know what you're talking about, and as such, I think you're looking for you just want to whine, frankly. And I know that sounds mean. I'm not trying to be. I'm just telling you like I see it. It's like, wait. I had a guy like this one time. I'll never forget this. And he was one of my nice guy too. Charlie was his name, out of South Carolina. And he swore up and down that he had lost money in the S&P 500. And I said, Charlie, there's just no way, man. There's no. He goes, I'm telling you, John, here I lost money. He was swearing up and down. And I finally saw what happened. He was looking at a statement. And USA, like idiots, we used to assume you paid taxes on your IRA reinvestments. It was so flippin' stupid. So the statement showed he was a negative, and he wasn't, because he wasn't paying taxes on that money because it's an IRA. It's a pet peeve of mine about these financial brokerage firms and their statements, because it was bad. So he was right according to the statement, but I showed him that he was wrong, because I said, how much did you put in? $100,000, whatever. What's it worth now? 140 or whatever it was. You know what I'm saying? Well, how did you lose money? He said, because look at my statement. I said, but Charlie, you told me yourself you put $100,000 and now it's worth 140. How did you lose money? You have more than you put in. And he said, yeah, but the statement. I said, oh my goodness. He could not grasp this. In fact, I think it was even more, because I think he invested in like 1993 or something like that in the S&P 500, maybe 1995. I said, there's no way you're down. And it was like in 2012. I said, you're just not, man. And, he wasn't taking money out, or so he said. Now, I don't know if he was taking money out or not. You know what I'm saying? But when we looked at the statement, I said, look, your cost basis is this. Your account value is less than your cost basis, because your cost basis assumes you've been taking dividends and capital gains and interest and earnings off your investment and not reinvesting them and spending them. Or you've been paying tax on these, which increases your cost basis. But in an IRA, you don't pay tax on that, so it does not increase your cost basis. He couldn't get it. I get it. I'm not trying to explain it for you to understand either, but he just couldn't grasp this. And like my man Dave here, he just can't grasp the idea that I have a sneaky suspicion he's not nearly down what he thinks relative to the earnings. Because I don't know what else you could have lost money on in the last 4 weeks, 6 weeks or so, that would have lost relative to the earnings you made in the last year and a half. That just frankly doesn't make sense. All right, so you're going to work another year? Okay. But that's going to change anything? Instead of $2,200 a month from Social Security, $2,236 instead, you're going to get $2,400 a month. Okay. I mean, my goodness, man. The markets are only down. What's the excuse me, I got the coughs. The S&P, this stuff, I laugh at this. The S&P 500 so far year to date was at the price, it's just prices now, so it's even less than this. We'll say 4,800. And now it's at 4,300 for just simplicity. So the S&P 500 is down 500 points on 4,800. That's 10%. I mean, all right. So I don't know what to tell you, man. Your nest egg is dwindling. You weren't expecting that. Just what? Look, folks. You have to do what you have to do. I'm not here to freaking alleviate your concerns. I'm here to tell you, if you don't know what your expenditures are, I don't want to hear it. I deleted this email. I said, let me do a video on this, because it kind of ticked me off. It's like people want someone to pull. They don't want to take the responsibility. There's no other way around that. They want someone to pull a magic, freaking rabbit out of a hat and say, look, you're okay. I'm not going to do that. Because you're obviously ignorant about your own stuff that I can't tell you can retire. I just can't tell you right now. If you don't know what you're expending, don't email. I don't care to know. I'm not answering your email. But if you don't know what your expenditures are, I got nothing for you. Working an extra 3 years, that's going to change things? Get out of here with that crap. This is a place for people who are more inclined to have a better gauge of what their stuff is going to be. And I know if that offends you, I said I saw it at the very beginning. I hate the kind of whiny stuff. It's like, you live in the United States of America. You're driving an hour and a half each way to work. You're miserable doing it. And you're sitting there saying, I can't retire because I'm down 10%. I just find that, but yeah, if you weren't down 10%, you could. That makes no sense to me. But whatever, man. People got to do what they got to do. All right. Well, I'd love to hear your thoughts, guys. We'll see you